am so excited that you are able to join us online for Kids Connect. Petersham Kids is an awesome children's program filled with lots of fun and amazing God moments. I can't wait for you to see what we have planned for you today. So let's jump right into it.
Hi, my name is Peter and I'm one of the kids leaders. Today's theme for Kids Connect is to be fearless. I want you to get excited because one of our amazing leaders is going to show you something very, very cool.
Are you guys afraid of a balloon popping? I know I can be. I'm not a massive fan of that noise. Well, I have a balloon here and I have a needle. So how does it make you feel that I'm going to poke this needle through this balloon? You ready? Right here, you can see the needle is going right through that balloon, but it didn't pop. Well, that's because this tape here is actually protecting the balloon. So just as though it seemed scary and it seemed as though it was going to pop the balloon, the tape here protected it, so there was actually nothing to be afraid of. Just like that, God can protect us through the scary times. Now, some things can come up, some situations can be really hard and really scary to go through, but God can protect us. We can just rely on Him. Now, in the Bible, in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." So from that, we can learn that there's no reason to be afraid. There's no reason to be discouraged because the Lord is with us and He'll protect us no matter where we go. So my challenge for you is to remember this verse this week. So how about you repeat it after me? Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. So think of this whenever times may be scary, that the Lord your God is with you wherever you go.
Who would have thought that we could learn something from a balloon? We're going to jump straight into the story of Daniel in the lion's den and learn how he was fearless.
Daniel chapter 6. This is the story of a man called Daniel who loved and obeyed God. He was a Jew and he lived in the city of Babylon. He worked for the king of Babylon who liked him because he was so wise. Daniel's best friend in all the world was God. Each day he would pray to him. He prayed in the morning when he first got out of bed and asked God to be with him and help him to work hard, to be wise, and to do what God wanted. Daniel prayed again in the afternoon and told God all about the things that had happened in the morning. God talked to Daniel and made him feel very happy and loved. Daniel prayed again in the evening and he thanked God for his food, his job, his friends, and helping him throughout the day. Daniel was very happy, but there were some men in the palace who didn't like him. They were jealous because he was the king's favorite worker. These men hated Daniel and wanted to get him in trouble. Now the king made some rules that everybody had to obey. If anyone disobeyed the king's rules, something very bad could happen to them. One day, the men who hated Daniel thought of a way to get him in trouble. They went to the king and told him about a new rule he could make. Everybody in Babylon must only pray to the king and not to anyone else. Otherwise, they'll be thrown to the lions. The king loved the new rule, and so he ordered everyone to follow the rule. When Daniel heard about the new rule, it made him very sad. He liked the king and wanted to obey him, but Daniel knew God must be obeyed first before anybody. So Daniel continued praying. One day, while Daniel was in the house, the men who hated him peeped into his window and saw him praying to God. They began to laugh. Ha 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 ha! He has broken the king's new rule. Now he will be in trouble. At once, The men went and told the king all about Daniel and how he had broken the new rule. The king was very, very sad because he really liked Daniel, but there was nothing he could do, and in the evening he sent his soldiers to arrest him. The king could not break his new rule, and he had to throw Daniel into the lion's den. As Daniel fell down into the dark, dark den of lions, the king shouted, "Daniel, may your God save you!" When Daniel landed in the lion's den, he was very frightened. The lions had big, sharp teeth and began to walk towards him. At once, Daniel began to pray, to ask God to help him. God heard Daniel's prayer and sent a great angel into the den. He shut the mouths of the lions so that they could not hurt Daniel. Daniel was safe. The next morning, the king ordered Daniel to be brought out of the den. When he came out safe and sound, the king was very happy and said, "The God of Daniel is the true and living God, and he keeps people safe. He is very great and powerful, and we need to pray to him." Wow, what a powerful Bible story. So children, there are two main points that I want you to take home from today's Kids Connect. The first is that you can be fearless because God is with you. You don't have to be scared. Just like Daniel in the lion's den, he was not scared because he knew that God was with him. And point two, remember that your prayers are so powerful. Just like how Daniel was in the lion's den, he prayed for protection. You can do that too. So I know that you've probably heard about this coronavirus. Well, I want to encourage you children, you don't have to be scared about what's happening around because God is here to protect you. Thank you, Petersham Kids, for being part of Kids Connect today. Now, parents, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kids Connect. And if you want to see what the rest of the church is up to, please make sure you subscribe to Petersham Online. Don't forget to follow us on social media as well. Have a great day.